So we are going to move on to our next topic, which is in fact Avene. So Sharon and Katie, I'm not sure if you would like to, if I can just move on and continue with that, or if you would like us to stop. If not, then I will just, I'll just keep going. We've got to time ourselves, Coco. I think we're a little bit, we're over the time a little bit. So
okay.
Sorry for that. We're going to talk now a little bit about our sister range, which is called Avene. And that is our other dermocosmetic range that we have, that Mr. Pierre Fabre created. And it's all about sensitive skin needs. So it's a range that is really going to be assisting people who have sensitive skin. Can I give? Okay, good. So, okay, so
keep going.
We were actually going to launch a poll here too, just to find out who also, had an idea about this range, or if you, you did know Avene. So it's, and here's the poll. So we can actually just activate that right now. For everyone to see who has in fact used this range. And it would be actually interesting to see if you are familiar with the Avene brand. And it is, very, very famous for its thermal spring water. But it's very interesting that the brand has been around for 30 plus years. But the history of this company actually dates back to 1736, and that was due to the water and its soothing and softening properties to it. So without any further ado, I'd like to ask you a question, Coco. What is the one product within the Avene range that you have found to be extremely beneficial during COVID in your time of isolation?
Yeah, okay, great question, Janice. And I've just seen Flora mention that she has our thermal spring water on her table right now. Well, ditto, Flora. And this has absolutely been my skin savior during the lockdown period. I think I'm spending that much more time indoors with the heater on, because obviously it's freezing cold in Melbourne. And I'm just finding my skin is irritated, it's dry, it's uncomfortable, and my eye area, I think probably because of all the screen time, Janice, is puffy. My eyes are tired and itchy, and this has just been an absolute godsend. So anytime I'm feeling as though my skin needs a little bit of soothing relief, I spray my thermal spring water. And I'm also using this as part of my sort of everyday skincare regimens. So, I'll spray it on prior to the application of my serum, just to ensure that I'm getting the best sort of penetration of the active ingredients in my sort of additional skincare products. I'm getting more bang for my skincare buck. And hot tip, I've actually been, on the days when my eyes are really, really puffy and uncomfortable, I've actually been spraying a couple of cotton pads with thermal spring water, putting these in the fridge for an hour to really, really cool them down, and then applying those to my eye area to really sort of soothe and soften that sort of irritated area. So yeah, I have been absolutely drowning myself in thermal spring water and loving it. No regrets. What about you, Janice? What have you been using since we've been locked away?
Well, it's actually quite funny. I've just got Anita sent a question here saying, asking me about my skin and what products do I suggest using winter to help stay hydrated. And that's actually a great question, because that actually leads me on to my next question, my next topic, should I say. So one of the products that I cannot live without is a product called the Hydrance Hydrating Sleeping Mask. And this is a really interesting product with this particular range, because it's new. It's something that we have we've just kind of launched. It's exclusive to Priceline. But before I actually talk about the product, I think it's really interesting to establish the difference between dehydrated and dry skin. So dry skin is referred to as a skin type, and it is genetically determined, or it's basically inherited, and we'll get that basically throughout life. Dehydration, on the other hand, is more of a skin condition. It's caused from external or lifestyle factors, and it's usually temporary. Dry skin is more that lack of sebum, it's a lack of oil production within the skin, whereas dehydrated skin is caused from a lack of water or water retention. And, you know, we can manage that through the right skincare products. And with dry skin, unfortunately, that is something that is, you're stuck with that for life. So it's good to know that dehydration can be reversed. And one of the products that I particularly love is our sleeping mask, because this is an all-in-one mask and it contains ingredients that hydrate, it detoxifies, it soothes the skin, and it has this beautiful aqua texture, which will actually cocoon my dehydrated skin. So when I wake up, my skin feels hydrated, soothed, fresh, rested, less puffy, and that's obviously due to staring at my laptop and my monitor all day. I use this 3 times a week after I've cleansed my skin and about 15 minutes before I go to bed. So I will cleanse, I'll use my thermal spring water, I will then apply a serum, and I'll normally use my sleeping mask before I go prior to bed. And I'll apply that all over my face, my neck, and also around my eye area. And then I just rinse that off in the morning and apply my daily ritual. So that's kind of the product. So hopefully that's answered your question, Anita. I do have very sensitive skin. I do suffer from rosacea, and I do find that this range has definitely, you know, Avene in itself has been able to keep my skin condition under control. So another interesting product that we have for winter is one that we've actually just launched. And Coco, I know with you, you know, going to see the derms, you go and visit you detail the dermatologist in Melbourne, and you also go and talk to the pharmacists and the pharmacy staff. Why are pharmacies raving about this new range called Aoxid? You're on mute. Can I take you off mute?
Yes, thank you. That was going to be interesting. I was preparing to do it all in Auslan
language.
But this is definitely what I'm better at. So look, the new product that we have just launched is our Oxidative Collection, and it's essentially a series of products that feature a really potent antioxidant cocktail. So we're talking about vitamin C and of course vitamin E. And I think the reason that dermatologists and pharmacists in particular are so excited about this product is because the benefits of vitamin C and vitamin E are very well documented. The ingredients themselves are very popular. Everybody wants them. But vitamin C in particular does have a bit of a reputation for being sort of sensitizing in high concentrations, not a great ingredient to recommend for sensitive skin. And of course, antioxidants do have a tendency to sort of break down upon exposure to light, exposure to air, and exposure to water. So although they are definitely in-demand ingredients, they are a little bit difficult to work with. And I think the reason that dermatologists and pharmacists are so excited about these products is because we've taken great pains to ensure that not only are the products suitable for a sensitive skin, but will ensure that that antioxidant protection that you're getting is long lasting. So the vitamin C and the vitamin E that we've selected are actually pro vitamins, and the advantage of that is that they are sort of released gradually into the skin over the course of the day. So the skin is sort of drip fed with a constant supply of antioxidants to protect it from those aging free radicals that we are all desperate to avoid. And there's really no risk of the product oxidizing. So very stable, and will continue to provide that protection from first use to last use. And so, yeah, I think this is something that sort of everybody is excited about, particularly those healthcare professionals and also those customers that have sensitive skin and for whom, you know, vitamin C has been something that they've always wanted to try but have never really been able to use successfully. So, yeah, we're all very excited about Oxidative.
Yeah, it is. It's so fantastic that we've got a defense serum that, I mean, you know, has 1.8% of this provitamin. Thank you. But it equates to 15% pure vitamin C. So someone like myself who has sensitive skin, this is definitely something that's more adapted to just provide that radiance, to really target those fine lines, and also, you know, just to protect against those daily aggressors. So smoother, brighter skin, here we come with Oxidative.
Absolutely, sign me up.
Yeah, exactly. So watch out for that in store. And again, that will be at all of our leading pharmacies. You will be able to pick up those 2 brand new products that can be used day and night to really boost radiance and to really target those fine lines. So that is really something that we would definitely recommend. I would also like to, I've got a couple of questions people were asking about our hot tips for surviving winter. And someone was asking, what is a very good cleanser? What is the best cleanser for sensitive skin? Um, you know, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, Coco, sensitive skin is such a wide umbrella. There's so many different layers to it. But at Avene, we are really privileged to have different regime or different ranges, should I say, based on different types of sensitivity. So we have an essential care range, which is more designed for mildly sensitive skin. We then have intolerant skin range or hypersensitive skin. And then we also have atopic. So there was also someone asking about things like psoriasis, eczema, etc. So, I think maybe we could actually go through that. And one of my hot tips products that I really, really love is called an extremely gentle cleanser, because it's exactly what it does. And I'm finding with today now with winter, the skin has changed. You cleanse your skin, it feels really tight, it feels like it's pulling. We know it's temporary. We know that winter is going to be gone and our skin is going to feel great. So this is more for unhappy skin or skin that's going through a couple of challenges. I would recommend Extremely Gentle Cleanser as my go-to cleanser. And I love it because it's actually non-rinse. And a lot of people think, but that's strange. Surely we always need to rinse the water, off out of the tap. And I'm like, well, actually, the thermal spring water does the job. So I like a non-rinse cleanser, and it removes makeup. It's soap-free. I find that with it's very rich in thermal spring water. It's got 95% thermal spring water in it, and it has partherin in it, which is really going to calm and protect the skin. So I will apply that onto my fingers. I can use it around my eye area, as you can for all your cleansers that are then safe to use around the eye. Emulsify through the face. I tissue off. So I just take a tissue off, and I'll spray on my thermal spring water to soothe and soften the skin. And then I love a skin recovery cream. Skin recovery cream to me, does exactly again what it says, to recover the skin, to really restore the skin barrier. It really just does calm and protect. And what's so amazing with this, it's sterile. So what we mean, it has no preservatives, no paraben, there's no fragrance in it. So it's encased in a sterile packaging too. So it's really, really unique, and it's something that's very, very special that we have exclusively at Ophthalmol Avene and PFR Laboratories. So those are my go-tos. What are yours?
So, look, I love a hot tip, but I do know that we need to be wrapping things up, and I just very, very quickly want to address a couple of questions that have come through. So, like Janice said, we're really fortunate at Avene to be able to provide products and skincare solutions for all types of sensitive skin. So we have had some questions about oily and acne-prone skin. For those skin types, we have a fabulous collection called Clenance. So this is a great solution for your oily and your acne-prone skin. And similarly, we've had some questions about atopic skin. So, those of us who suffer with eczema, psoriasis, atopic dermatitis. And again, we do have a collection that's designed specifically for dry and itchy skin, and that is known as Xerocalm AD. So I think the great news is that regardless of your level of sensitivity, regardless of your skin condition or concern, we really do have a solution to meet your needs at Avene.
Absolutely. And don't forget, from your hands, dry, cracked hands, we'll recommend Sickle hand cream, which is wonderful, especially if you've been washing dishes or you're using your hands a lot and don't dry your hands properly, the cracks in your hands. This is great. And also masks. If you're wearing a lot of masks, you find you're getting irritation. We do have what we call a Sickle Restorative Skin Barrier Cream, which can also be used for any mucosa, any part of the body, including babies from birth. But I think we're going to have to wrap it up. So it's been awesome talking to you. We really appreciate your questions. We hope we've been able to answer all of them as quickly as we could. So thank you so much.
And yes, thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank you. Have a great day. And
enjoy the rest of your festival. Bye, everybody.
And thank you so much to Coco and Janice for sharing so much information across a number of products in the range. And we have had a lot of great things come through in social on Facebook across the different questions we've asked you, starting with how dry shampoo has saved your life, or saved you from a bad hair day, which is very similar to that, really, isn't it? I think to the point that we learned, I mean, I certainly learned about dry shampoo, and hearing that it was originally developed for hospitals and helping people in hospitals. So there actually, interestingly, was a number of stories of people talking about being in hospital, having operations, and dry shampoo really being a savior in those times and moments. Lots of great stories about people talking around, you know, dry shampoo being their savior. From Lorraine here, the best product, I couldn't live without it. Gillian, being a busy mum and a teacher, I'm finding I never have time to wash my hair, so dry shampoo is always in my routine. So a lot of dry shampoo lovers out there, and it looks like there's quite a few people new to the Claran range, so definitely check it out. A lot of great products there. Through to Avene. So again, we've got lots of great comments there on the products that you are loving across the range. So keep that coming.